Hey guys, Woods Farm here. Just got a little project to work on today. Went and picked up a brush hog. I got it on one of the swap and sell sites. It's pretty old, but I'm just going to fix it up. So I'll show you what's going to happen here. It's a BMB. I don't know if you know much about these. I don't, but it's a 5-foot brush hog, brush cutter. It's got a single rotary sort of blade set up. It runs off of PTO, off a small tractor. So there's a few issues with it, pretty minor. Got to weld some stuff, clean it up. The blades have seen better days, but I'm going to sharpen them and we'll go from there. And there's our blades. I'm going to sharpen those up. We'll reuse them. Probably could buy another set. Really the only thing that needs to be dealt with is this here. The bolt sheared off and the weld broke. So I'm going to clean that up and re-weld it, put a new bolt in. This cross piece here, a couple of the welds have cracked. So we're going to address that. Overall, pretty good shape. I think this weld here maybe could be fixed up a little bit. It looks like the hitch is aftermarket, like it was made after the fact, maybe modified to fit a certain type of tractor. I'm not sure. The gearbox might be leaking a little bit of oil, but not going to worry about that. I'll just check the level. There's usually a plug somewhere. Yeah, there's another weld here on this brace, right in there. So I think I'm going to pull out the stick welder just to get some practice. It'd be real easy to use the MIG, but I'll probably get some practice on the stick. The tire is in really good shape. It looks like everything's doing what it needs to do. Probably add some grease to it, but not bad. The body overall is in pretty good shape. There's no real major rust or holes. It's got some denting around the back end of it. That's normal on these. You see that. Actually, in fact, this one's pretty decent. My John Deere is way worse from backing into stumps and stuff. So there's a crack there from metal fatigue right above that bolt hole. I'm gonna just put a weld over that before I rebolt it and put a weld across the top. So with the stick, that turned out pretty good. It's because it was thicker material. I was using 1/8 rod, and started over here on this cross brace, and because the material's a little rusty, even though I cleaned it all up and it's a little thinner, I was having problems. So I can easily do that with the MIG. So I'm going to go back, use the MIG. It'll be a nicer weld. So I just cleaned the welds up a little bit and put some primer on them just to help the rust. Nothing fancy, but this is going to hold a lot better than what we had before. I probably could have just put a bolt through there and been done with it, but I thought I'd just touch up those welds and hopefully keeps it from breaking down the road. Didn't take long. Kind of cool. You don't usually see a data plate on old machinery like this. Usually they've long rusted away. So this is a BMB. Does that look like a UL 5-3? Even a serial number. So I'm just going to sharpen these blades up and get them reattached. I'm going to have to look around for some hardware or come up with something. I went and bought some 3/4 and some 7/8 bolts that I thought would fit this, and I think this is 1 inch. So I'm either going to have to go back and find some bigger bolts or improvise and come up with something. Okay, there's the blades. I just touched them up with the grinder, and once I track down the right size bolts, I should be able to bolt them back on. Just got to check the oil level in the gearbox, but this thing's ready to go. Got a pretty good deal on it, so we're going to put it back to work. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and if you want to see more videos about the Woods Farm, definitely like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.